Hey team, Bangs here again. Today we're up in the Caravan and we're talking LED lights. So we've got the normal lights in the Caravan, which are great, but they're getting a bit old and some of them have had a hard life. And we noticed there's other caravans. We were at the caravan show and we went looking and we saw in other people's caravans, they have this similar LED light with a USB charger in it. So we got online, and these were quite cheap online. These are only about $30 ordered. I couldn't tell you the name of the company that they came from. We just Googled it and picked some nice ones that we thought were pretty reasonable. You just had to take your chance there that they were decent quality. But these came, and they are a nice unit. So they've got these are touch light up, so you touch them to adjust them, light them up. They've got nearly a 360-degree range, which is great, a single LED, and most importantly, they've got the USB charger in the side. So they're just a positive neutral situation for the 12 volt. So yeah, we're pretty excited to give these a go, see how they go. 12 volt, DC 12 volt to 24 volts, so pretty universal there. So we're going to replace, the other thing I was careful of is I made sure that it had the same or a larger footprint, which is great. So we're often putting phones and stuff up here on this shelf and things like that, and we've got the ones around where the beds are and the kids' beds down the back. So we're going to change some of these out and give these a trial. I've also got another style here for the beds that are a reading lamp style. So we're going to give the kids a go of those, and also the ones above the main bed. Now they do have a range of motion, but definitely not the like the big swivel that the other ones have got. So I'll give you a tip on how we change this out, and we'll get into it. Okay. So first things first, we're going to get these old lights off. Now I've got the 12 volt isolated to the van, so just make sure you get that done first. These are just a Phillips head screw. Don't go laying into this with a drill. Okay, straight off, because a lot of the stuff on the van doesn't want you coming in here with a big drill. We'll just gently get these screws out. There's that first screw. There's the second one. This should be a fairly straight termination. This should just be two wires in the back here, but we're about to find out. Sometimes these link, the power is a common earth, that sort of thing, but we're about to find out what's going on. There you go. So very simple, straightforward. We're just gonna tease that out of there. Yeah, beautiful. So we're just gonna tease that out. So there we go. Like we said, the power comes in from here and heads out somewhere else. So we've got a common earth there. Obviously, it's fairly straightforward. The white and the red is the active, and the black and the red and black is the ground. So I'm just going to go ahead and chop those right off, and we'll go again, but it's fairly straightforward to find out which is which. On our new lights, the brown will be the active and the blue will be the ground, or the black, or earth, if you will. So we'll get into it. We'll get this one chopped off. So we're just going to nip these straight off and make a new connection. So here we go. Off with that one, off with this one. And one thing I will do at the moment is just going to check the footprint of this. So I'll just take this one right off here, take this off, put that screw up here. Now, any luck, this is the same pattern here, so that's obviously up that way. Keep that orientation right. So that's going to be, oh, it's not quite, but that's okay. Looks like we can just screw straight into this stuff because it's such a light light. So, but we just have to make sure all that comes through here. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So just going to put all those wires through first, and then it's going to pick up the best spot for it to overall pick up that the previous mounting where it mounted previously. It's not going to be perfect, but I think I can manage to get it kind of close. Actually, I'm actually going to have that as I'm going to move that slightly, so I've got room to, what are we going to do here? So this is a little bit bigger than the backing plate. What I'm trying to be careful of is I actually need a fairly decent hole to push the wires back through, and the stringer that's in behind here, I can see it through the hole. It's just there. So I don't want to mess around with this too much. And this is the perils of putting something new on your Caravan. I'm thinking about the less of all the evils is to just, there's a bit of a mark here, but I don't think that's going to be overly that noticeable once we give it a wipe down and clean it up. So I'm actually going to put that, I'm just going to go right there, cover all the original holes, and go again with the screws. So let's just make sure that's in the middle there. It's fairly well horizontal. And now got this, we're going to mark that there and there. These screws were coming, and again, this is a bit of a trick here, these screws were coming from the very front, the whole width of this light. So that's not going to do it. So it's going to go straight through the back of the Caravan. We'll just see what screws they did give us. Okay, they gave us these screws, which are going to be, again, these are going to be too long. So, you know, the Caravan, that's as about as thick as the Caravan. So we're going to go and find some other screws now, and we'll come back and we'll make sure we've got a decent screw to go into this to here. So we need our pan head, a screw to go with a nice thread to go and pick up this this lining here. We'll go from there. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, so we went and found some neat little screws there. Okay, these will be perfect. Nice little bit of thread, and they're nice. These ones are nice and sharp. So we're going to get these. I'm going to put that back on there. It's going to pick up that same hole. Make sure I'm covering off the previous holes. And I'm not going to pre-drill. I'm just going to go straight into this board here, which it should take up pretty well easily. There we go. That's nice. Okay, that's looking good. Get a level on it. Not perfect, but there we go. Another screw. Alright, that's nice and tight. That's great. That's excellent. So now what we'll need to do is strip these wires back. So we're going to have two of these in one side. So we'll strip these back probably 10 mil. Got some connectors there which we'll use, which will be suitable. Just get these stripped off here. Get these put together here like this. That one's a little long. Where'd our side cutters go? Here they are. Get those the same size. That's going to take that well. We've got our crimps here on the blue side. Make sure we're in the right spot there. Oops. There we go. Crimp away. Test, beautiful. Do the negative. Get that wound up nice. There we go. Dock that off. Beautiful. Got another blue connector there. Yep, excellent. Beautiful. All right, check that, that's excellent. Okay, now we can put our light on. So we're gonna just strip this back a little bit more because it's gonna have to double over to accommodate for the blue here. So we'll just get those off. Twist them up. Oh, right-handed twist on the cable. It's just typical. Bring that over. Bring this one over. Oops. Right, and now have a little bit more meat to go in. So blue is going to be the negative, right? That's not going to go in there. We'll have to give that a bit of a crimp with the pliers. So here we've got I'm going to go enough for double to be able to double it over because of that larger size of connector. Right, so just going to make sure we've got plenty through there. I'll twist it up just so it's got something to grab onto when it's in there. That should be pretty nice. Oh, that didn't want to twist it. Ow! I didn't want to twist up. There we go. Now we can bend him over like that. That should go in after we crimp it with the pliers. Bend this one as well. Bend him up. Crimp him over. Give it a bit of beans with the pliers. There we go. We go with the crimp, so we've got blue as the negative again, which we know that. Ah, that's sliding, that went in much better that time. Now we're back here with the crimp. Positive. There we go. Excellent. Oh, yeah, nice and tight, beautiful. Okay, so that's probably going to be all right to just sit there while we go and do a test. So I'll go and turn the power on. It's not going to touch anything. I'll go turn the power on and see how she goes. Okay, so I've turned the power back on and I've just put a little bit of tape around these connections, okay, just in case. We'll give this a bit of a test run. Oh, beautiful. All right. Now these are pressed to dim. Oh, that's neat. And then press again to brighten. That's great. That's really neat. That's going to be a good addition to the van. And then tap for off. Now the real, the real test is going to be, pull the charging cable up here, plug that in. So we're forever putting our phones and stuff up here while we're camping. And I think this is going to be a really good, this is going to be pretty cool. This is Jess's idea, by the way, so hats off to her. There's the phone here. Let's see if she'll charge. That's great. All right, excellent. Beautiful. Now, I doubt that's going to be the world's fastest charge, but it'll keep things ticking over, which is great. So, yeah, pretty stoked about that. So, all right, we'll take that apart and we'll, yeah, that's just going to trickle charge. They're going to be a great addition. We've got some more of these to go in the kids' rooms, in the kids' beds, and above our beds in the master bed here. And I think this is going to be a great little addition. I'll put this back together and we'll get back into it. Some things to remember. Really make sure you get some electrical tape on all your connections in your caravan. It's an absolute must for a caravan. Anyone who's owned any sort of trailers and caravans and cars and stuff, they're just getting just the vibration and the movement on the road. That's an absolute must. Okay, now I've kept these fairly individual because I want to be able to sneak them back up to where they came from. So I'm just going to do that now. By the way, if you like this type of content, hit the subscribe button, do me a big favour, and hit the like. So this was a fairly easy change out. These are nice slick units. I love the press on, press off, and these have a really big range. That has nearly a 360 range on the light, which is really, really great. It's also got a stop so it doesn't go round and round. And it also, we actually like sometimes having these facing the wall or what have you, so you're not getting the direct light into the caravan. It puts a bit more of an ambient light, and this is really cool. Touch to dim. You can dim that at almost any level, which is really, really great. And then press and hold to make the intensity go back up, and press to off, press to on. And of course the charging feature of the phone, that's going to be a real big plus for the caravan. So give you another look at that. So that's, you know, that's great. That's going to tuck up here out of the way. So we'll have that, we'll have those phones. Yeah, we'll make a plan there. It's not ideal near the door, but you know, you get the idea. If you want to find out where I purchased these from online, it was eBay, and I'll put the link to that shop down in the description. Other than that, I could really recommend these. Are a great addition to the van. So if you're looking for a project for your van over the weekend, these have worked out great. Happy projecting.